Hello everyone, this is Akash Gowde, Assistant Professor at Rajmata Jijau Shikshan Prasarak Mandals, Institute of Computer and Management Research at MBA Department. Today, I am going to discuss with you the summer internship project which is for the MBA second year third semester. I hope you all will enjoy this session. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Have any queries, drop me a mail. Let's start from the chapter number 1.
I have divided the summer internship project in three parts. Let's start from the part 1. In part 1, I'm going to discuss the chapter number 1 to chapter number 5. Let's see. The chapter number 1 is your introduction. The chapter number 2 is your industry and sector profile. Chapter number 3 is your companies and product profile. Chapter number 4 is your literature survey. Chapter number 5 objectives and scope of the study. In part 2, I'm going to discuss the chapter 6 to chapter 10. Let's see. The chapter 6 is your research methodology. Chapter number 7 is your data analysis and interpretation. Chapter number 8 is your observation and findings. Chapter number 9 is your conclusion. And last, chapter number 10 is your suggestions and recommendations. In part 3, I'm going to discuss how to write your the contents and how to arrange the contents in your the SIP report. Okay, like that means your the heading, that is your the footer size, that is the font size, which font you are going to use for your the SIP report. Okay, that content will be discussed in the part 3. Okay, let's start in brief from chapter number 1. Chapter number 1 is your introduction. In this chapter number 1, there are three contents. The first one is your concepts and context of the study. The second one is your rationale of the study. And third one is your sector profile. Okay, let's start in brief one by one. Let's see the concept and context of the study. If the researcher has selected the particular research topic, then the first important thing that why the researcher has selected that topic only. What is the need of that particular topic if researcher has made the research in that particular topic? See how your project is beneficial for the organization and what the positive impact caused on the organization's topic culture, environment, process method used in the organization. Whatever your topic, you will get the data from the various research paper, journal, and research publications. There is number of articles, research journals, research papers are available in the Google. What is the research? A careful consideration of study regarding a particular concern or problem using scientific methods. According to the American sociologist Ernest Robert Babel, the research is a systematic inquiry to describe, explain, predict, and control the observed phenomenon. Research involves inductive and deductive methods. Inductive research methods are used to analyze and observe events. Deductive methods are used to verify the observed event. Inductive approaches are associated with qualitative research, and deductive methods are more commonly associated with quantitative research. Research is conducted with a purpose to understand what do organization or business really want to find out, what are the processes that need to be followed to chase the idea, what are the arguments that need to be built around a concept, what is the evidence that will be required for people to believe in the idea or concept. Research method is defined as the tool or instrument used to accomplish the goals and attributes of a study. Think of the methodology as a systematic process in which the tools or instrument will be employed. There is no use of tool if it is not being used efficiently. Research begins by asking the right question and choosing an appropriate method to investigate the problem. After selecting answer to your question, you can analyze the findings or observations to draw appropriate conclusion. When it comes to customer and market studies, the more through your questions, the better. By truly collecting the data from customers through surveys and questionnaires, you get important insight into brand perception and product needs. You can use this data to make smart decisions about your marketing strategies to position your business effectively. There are three purposes of research. The first one is exploratory, the second one is descriptive, and third one is your explanatory. Let's see the first one, exploratory. Exploratory research is conducted to explore a group of questions. The answer and analytics may not offer a final conclusion to the pursued problem. It is conducted to handle new problem areas which have not been explored before. This explanatory processes lays the foundation for more conclusive research and data collection. Second one is your descriptive. Descriptive research focuses on expanding knowledge on current issues through a process of data collection. Descriptive studies are used to describe the behavior of a same population. In a descriptive study, only one variable is required to conduct the study. The three main purposes of descriptive research are describing, explaining, and validating the findings. For example, if a study is conducted to know if our top level management leaders in the 21st century possesses the moral right to receive a huge sum of money from the company's profit. Then the last third one is explanatory. Explanatory research, we can also say that it is your the casual research. It is conducted to understand the impact of certain changes in existing standard procedures. Conducting experiment is the most popular form of casual research. For example, a study is conducted to understand the effect of rebranding on customer loyalty. That means this is your explanatory research. You must have to know that the explanatory research is your unstructured research. In case of your descriptive research, it is your structured research approach. And in case of your explanatory research, it is your the highly structured approach. Explanatory research is your conducted by the asking research questions. Then the descriptive research is conducted by asking research questions. And the final, the explanatory research is conducted by using research hypothesis. Exploratory research is your early stage of decision making research. Descriptive research is your last stage of decision making research. And the explanatory research is also your later stage of decision making research. Characteristics of research. Let's see the characteristics of research one by one. The first one is a systematic approach must be followed for accurate data. Rules and procedure are an integral part of the process that sets the objective. Researchers need to practice ethics and a code of conduct while making an observation or drawing conclusions. Second, research is based on logical reasoning and involve both inductive and deductive methods. Third one, the data or knowledge that is derived is in real time from actual observations in natural settings. Fourth one, there is an in-depth analysis of all data collected so that there are no anomalies associated with it. Fifth one, research creates a path for generating new questions. Existing data helps to create more opportunities for research. Sixth one, research is analytical in nature. It makes use of all the available data so that there is no ambiguity in inference. 7. Accuracy is one of the most important aspects of research. The information that is obtained should be accurate and true to its nature. For example, a laboratory provides a controlled environment to collect data. Accuracy is measured in the instrument used. That means which type of instrument you are used. Okay, the accuracy is depend on that. Accuracy means this is your the best closest value for your the what should you want to get. Okay, this is your the accurate value. The collaboration of instrument or tools and the final result of the experiment. In chapter number 1, introduction, the second point is your the rationale of the study. See, there are three benefits comes under this study. One is that what are the benefits comes from the research to you. Second is that what are the benefits comes from this research to your research organization. And third one is that what are the benefits comes from the research to society. Benefits for you in terms of skill enhancement, knowledge development, how to apply the management knowledge, expertise in how to utilize the available resources, benefits for the organization in terms of the profit, utilization of available resources like the land, the manpower, the space, the knowledge of the product and the processes, and also finally your people. The benefits for the society means in terms of if anyone using your research in future, then how it may be beneficial to them. Okay, that the there are the three benefits comes under the rationale of the study. In chapter number 1, introduction, the third point is your the sector profile. Let's see. The sector profile, in short, it means in which type of organizations you are doing your the research project. Like, is this your manufacturing sector, IT sector, telecom industry, advertising industry? If see if it is manufacturing industry, then make sure that is your research organization. It comes from the plastic industry, the rubber industry, the pen shop, the casting, pressing department, heat treatment department, or this is your comes from the sheet metal department. Okay. Likewise, there are the major four sectors of the economy is there. Let's discuss in brief one by one. The first one is your the primary sector. Okay. In short, the primary sector is sometimes known as the extraction sector because it involves taking raw material. This can be renewable resources such as fish, wool, and wind power, or it can be the use of non-renewable resources such as oil extraction, mining, or coal. Second one is your the secondary sector. The secondary sectors makes and distribute the finished goods. In secondary sector, there are the three types of industries. The first one is your manufacturing, second construction, and third one is your utilize. It means providing goods like electricity, gas, and telephones to households. The manufacturing industry takes raw material and combines them to produce a higher value added finished product. For example, raw sheep wool can be spoon to form a better quality of wool. This wool can be threaded and knitted to produce a jumper that can be worn. Initially, the manufacturing industry was based on labor-intensive cottage industry. Example, hand spinning. However, the development of improved technologies such as spinning machine enabled the growth of larger factories, benefiting from economies of scale. The higher laboratory productivity also enabled higher wages and more income to spend goods and services. Third one is your the service sector. You can also say it as a territory sector. The service sector includes retail, financial services, the leisure and hospitality, communication, IT, and transportation. The service sector is concerned with the intangible aspect of offering services to consumer and business. It involves retail of manufactured goods. It also provides services such as insurance and banking. In the 20th century, the service sector has grown due to the improved laboratory productivity and higher disposal income. More disposal income enables more spending on luxury service system items such as tourism and restaurants. And the fourth one, last one is your quaternary services. You can also say it as a knowledge sector. It includes education, research and development, and finally you are the public sector body. The quaternary sector is said to be intellectual aspect of the economy. It includes education, training and development of technology and research and development. It is the process which enable entrepreneurs to innovate better manufacturing process. Quaternary, or we can also say that it is your the knowledge sector. It includes education, research and development, public sector bodies. A quaternary sector is said to be the intellectual aspect of the economy. It is the process which enables entrepreneurs to innovate the better manufacturing processes and improve the quality of the services offered in the economy. Without this growth of technology and information, the economic development will be slow or non-existence. Chapter number 2. This is your the industry and sector profile. It consists of industry size, growth trends, major players and their the market share, and the last one is your the government support and policy. Let's see in brief one by one. Industry size. That means in industry side you have to write down the brief history of your the organization in which you are doing your the research. Third one is your the major players and their market share. Player means what? It is the competitor of your research organization. Who is the major competitor of your research organization? Write about that and also market share of your research organization as compared to the competitor. That means likewise that okay, if taking the example of your the Hyundai, Maruti Suzuki, Tata Motors, Mahindra and Mahindra, that means you have to write down your the competitors market share. Okay, in your the particular location, you can also say that in case of your the particular country also or the particular area also. Then chapter number 3 is your the company's and product profile. The first one is your the brief profile of company where the actual study or the project is going on. See the one by one. The first one is your the brief history of your the company. You have to write down okay when your the organization is started, okay how the started, who is the founder, member of your the organization, okay how many locations. That means the third one is your the landmark. That means the branch of your organization where you are doing your the project. Then the major achievement. If is there any achievement in particular sector of your the organization, that means your organizations is for example if you are doing your the project in your the Mahindra and Mahindra, that then you must have to write down which kind of achievements the Mahindra and Mahindra company are doing in their particular car. Is there any new innovation award is there or any kind of any. Then is your the board of directors. Okay, write about the board members of your organization. Okay, that means just to give the introduction who is the board member of your the directors. You can also put the pics of the directors. Then is your the working group. Okay, is your organization you're working with the other supplier organizations like OEM. Then write about that. Okay, see if your the organization is your Tata Motors, then Tata Motors the Tata Motors is the original equipment manufacturing organization. Okay. That means which the Tata Motors is not manufacturing the whole parts of the your the car. Okay, they are taking the some of the parts from your their supplier. Okay, you can also write down there. Okay, the information of their supplier also. Then the turnover. Okay. Make the table or draw the graph and show the annual turnover at least from the last 5 years of in which you are doing your the research. Okay. That then turnover. Okay. Make the table or draw the graph and show the annual turnover of your the research organization. Okay. Try to put the at least the turnover of your the last 5 years. Okay. At least from last 5 years. So in terms of a graph also. Then next one is your the strength. Okay, which kind of a things that your research organization makes different from their the competitors organization. This is you have to write down that. Okay, that means if your organization is your the Mahindra and Mahindra. Okay, that means you must have to write down that. Okay, how your organization is different from their competitors organizations like Maruti Suzuki. Then the next one is a branch all over the city or country. Okay, locations where your organization is seated having any branches. Okay, then try to show it in terms of a graphical format. Okay, likewise that. Then last one is your the profile of the company's product taken for the study research. Okay, that means product description and specification. Here write the which kind of a product of your organizations are making. Okay, write the brief description about that. Okay, if your research organization is Mahindra and Mahindra, then there that means you know that okay Mahindra and Mahindra is the manufacturer of the car. Okay, then note that the color color of the car. Okay, which kind of car is that? That means this is your 4-seater car, 5-seater car. Okay, is for your the family car. Okay, this car is your the business car. Okay, that is like the Bolero. Okay, you know that about that. Okay, how the car is looks like. Okay, which type of a segment of a car is there, which kind of a segment of the car they are manufacturing. Okay, recent pollution status of your the car. That means everybody know that. Okay, right now our the government from their this year from March onwards. Okay, our the Indian government has making the rules and regulations for the pollution. Okay, that means they have deducted the pollution from car pollution of a car. Okay, for the 10% only. Okay. That means is the Mahindra and Mahindra company. That means this is your if this is your the research organization company. Then you can also write that there is any BS6 car is manufactured or what is the status recent status of their the BS6 car. Okay, you have to write down that. Fourth chapter is literature survey. Project related literature. It is the books, journals, and articles handled or referred by the student during the research. Okay, lot of research paper, journals, and articles available on Google. Refer them to collect the relevant information of about your research. Okay. Literature survey may also known as your the literature review. Okay, this segment the existing and established theory and research in your project range. You are giving a context of your work. This area can be used to indicate where you are filling an apparent hole in the current hypothesis or learning, or you are proposing something that conflicts with or your questionnaires to existing ideas. Okay. You should precisely refer all resources said here and give a full reference on reference list. Okay. The purpose of literature survey is what? Okay. What is the purposes of your the literature survey? Okay. What is the foundation knowledge of your the topic in which you are doing your the research or project? Okay. Identify areas of priorities. That means which kind of areas are available. Okay. To if you are doing the particular research. Okay. That means which kind of gaps in your the research, complex in previous study, open questions left from the other research. Okay, identify the need for additional research, identify the relationship of a work in context of its contribution to the topic and to work, Place your own research within the context of existing literature, making a case for why further study is needed. Chapter number 5. This is the objectives and scope of the study. Okay. There are the two objectives. Okay. The first one is your the primary objective. Okay. The primary objective means this is the aim of your the research or the project. Okay. And the secondary object means okay. It indicates the objective. Okay. That required to achieve the aim of your the research or achieve the primary objective. Okay. And make sure that the primary objective is always the one, and that is your the aim of your the research or the project. Okay. And secondary object is the more than the one. Okay. Which include which kind of a objective is needed to achieve the aim of your the research. That you can also say that which kind of a objective you are needed to achieve the primary objective.